Welcome back guys, we're back again with another SeekaHost tutorial, and this time we're going to be going over PBNs, private blog networks, and what they're about, how you can use them to grow your main money sites. So let's get into what it actually is first. A private blog network is a variety of blogs that run on different IPs, rather than on WordPress where they might all be run on one package, they might all be run on one IP. And the whole intention is basically to put more domain authority on your money site by using these other PBN blogs with good related links to actually link in and out of the sites. So if you can imagine your main money site up here, and then you've got a few PBN blogs right around it, and they're all pointing to that main money site. What that is going to do is it's going to let Google know that this site has actually got a bit more authority, it's got people pointing to it, and because it's got different IPs, it's been hosted from different places, and they're not going to know that it's the same person that's actually hosting all of these and pointing towards each other. Now, it's not just as easy as just getting a load of different sites and pointing towards each other. Of course, these sites have got to have some domain authority themselves, and that's sometimes why we use expired domains, which we'll get into quite shortly. If you're wondering how you can get a PBN site, if you head on over to SeekaHost.app, and I'll have the screen popping up just now, you're going to see that you're going to be able to start either a WordPress package or a PBN blog package. By starting the PBN blog package, you're going to get a unique IP. Also, one thing that they do offer on SeekaHost here is a no footprint, which means that Google aren't going to be able to track you down just because you're using the same host or the same registrar, because they've got servers all around the world, which means you're going to leave much less of a footprint. And of course, we want to keep our PBN network sort of quiet and to ourselves. We don't want to be exposing out there that we're just linking to each other. Now, to start a PBN blog, it is literally as easy as clicking the create button. Once you've created it, just link up the domain that you've bought. You can of course do this through SeekaHost as well. They've got a really easy domain search bar function. Even on the homepage, you can just go ahead, try and find the domain that you want, whether it be expired or new, purchase it, and then use it all on their management dashboard. So how can you use your PBN blogs? Let's say you've gone out and you've actually bought a blog, you want to add it as part of your private blog networks, and you've started to get a number of blogs now, so you want to start pointing at your main site. Now, of course, this is going to depend on how much authority the actual blogs have themselves. If you have just got a blog, it's brand new, it's never been used before, it's not an expired domain, so it's not actually got any sort of data. Google hasn't got any data from it. A link from there isn't going to be quite as strong from a link from like a 10-year-old domain, which has had lots of previous backlinks, hasn't got any spam, stuff like that. They're going to have a really good domain authority. You can check stuff like that with Hrefs. You just got to search up the domain, go ahead and check out all the backlinks. I do suggest using a program to actually find these out, because a lot of the time what you don't realize is some domains have been used either for PBNs before, they've had a lot of spam to them. If you see a whole load of links, some sort of Chinese company links and stuff like that, a lot of them will be spam, unfortunately. So it's not just as easy as buying like 10 or 20 domains and just linking all to each other. Although that will help, it won't help as much as doing a little bit of research first. Now, by doing your research, I do mean using expired domains here, because again, like I said, you're going to get a bit more domain authority. They probably have had some backlinks throughout their history, which means Google or the other search engines might have scored them already a little bit, and they might already have some traffic flowing in and out of the site already. So that's really going to help you if you find a good one. We do have more specific domains, and we will have a course coming out as well, just explaining how to actually find these expired domains and how to look for the good ones, because it can be hard. There's not a lot of great ones out there, which means that you actually need to spend a bit of time, research them all, and research them all well before you actually go ahead and buy one. If you wanted to go take a look yourself first without actually paying for a paid program to find these, you can head over to expireddomains.com. In there, just search the type of domain that you want to find, and it'll give you a whole list of domains there. It'll tell you whether it's been expired, whether it's on sale or auction. You can check how many backlinks it has. If you do pay for Hrefs or SEMrush, you're going to be able to search them up through there as well. You can check what sort of keywords they rank for, how many backlinks they have, whether they have any spam backlinks, and so on. Now, as I mentioned at the start, these are to build up the authority of your main money site. This might be a site that you're using to sell products, advertise, sell your services, or anything like that, and basically you want this to grow in authority. So by having lots of different other separate IP blogs linking into you, it's going to look really good on yourself, on your site. It's going to look like many people are directing traffic towards there, and it's basically a way of handing down SEO power. If they've got some power in them sites and they're going to link to you with a do follow, and of course it is important that you do have do follows, because lots of people link with no follows. Of course, this doesn't really pass down anything to the next site. You are providing a link, however, it's not really passing the SEO juices over there. This doesn't, of course, stop you buying a brand new domain and building it up. Of course, this is going to take a little bit longer because you're going to be starting from the beginning. You're going to be building up the site. You want to get some traffic. You want to build up its DR. And then once you have built it up, you can of course use it for the same reason. The difference between the Pbm Blogs and the WordPress, like I said before, is that you might have a package with WordPress, however it's all hosted on one IP. So let's say you start interlinking within each other, it's very easy for the search engines to actually go, this person actually owns all of these sites, so we're not going to pass any domain authority. In fact, you can get scored badly if it looks like you are running a PBN. So one of the main things here is to actually look out for when you actually build the site, what you're building, and make it of good structure. So if it does of course hit an algorithm of Google's saying this does look like a PBN, if they do come and check out the site, it's actually got to look pretty good. I mean, if you've got good content on there, you've got separate pages, about us pages, contact us, all stuff like that. If they do come on your site, they're going to go, okay, well this is actually of good quality, this is not just a spam site for links. And of course the links that you do have to be of good value. If they're not related, if they're just lots of links one after another, that is, you know, with the algorithms they got now, they're quite smart, they're going to find out what it is pretty fast, and that it's basically just a link building site. They'll then score you worse, which means any link that you put out from there isn't really going to do any help for you. Another important thing to add is not to overlink. So let's say you have got yourself a PBN blog now, you've got it on an expired domain, and you want to start linking your main money site. First of all, wait a little bit. Don't do it straight away. Wait for the site to start getting a few views, maybe build some pages. Don't make it too obvious. Once you do that, then use your links more as gems rather than coins that you can just dash about, because they're quite important. You don't want to be having five to 10 links to the same page from your PBN blog. It's going to look a little bit dodgy. You don't need one in every single article. What's more important is having that one good link. So let's say you find a really related post that relates exactly to your main money site or a certain feature of it. Use that, make a really long good post with relatable links to pages that you already have got people viewing already. So don't do it to brand new pages on your money site. Do it on pages which have got a bit of traffic, maybe the home page, maybe your services page and stuff like that. So that's about it for private blog networks at the moment. We're going to have a lot more videos explaining this more in detail, and like I said earlier, we are going to be creating a course that you can follow along with, so you know absolutely everything that there is to do with PBNs. And of course a separate video just showing you how you can actually make money out of this as well. There are lots of successful people doing this all around the world, even having consultancies using their PBNs to boost up other websites and stuff like that. So for any more videos like this, make sure to check out the SeekaHost tutorial, their knowledge base on the main site, and of course our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.